Hello, welcome to today's live learning. We're talking about words can hurt us. Excuse me. Words can hurt us. So, again, I'm Peggy O'Neill, and welcome to this session today. I am the founder of Answering the Call, which means that we are answering the call, that longing that says there's something more to life, something's missing. Why aren't I as happy as I thought I'd be by now? Or I don't feel like maybe I've lived the life that I'm here to live. There's something else for me to do. So we're answering that call, or to be, and we're answering that call. And then as we do that, then of course we start questioning more about, and what is it specifically for me to do or to be? So we're answering both the call to know who we truly are, that we're one with everything, we share our being with everyone and everything. And then how do we express that in our own unique way? And if you're here live, please say hi in the comments. And if you have any questions or comments throughout, please put them in the comments and I will come back and answer them. If you're watching this on replay, please put in hashtag replay, and the same thing. If you have questions or comments, put them in there and I will get back to you. So today, again, specifically, words can hurt us. So we all grew up. Now, I don't know if young people are these days or not growing up with this rhyme, but when I was growing up, the rhyme was, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Okay, sounds good, but I think most of us know that's not real true. We've all been felt hurt because of words that somebody said or that somebody wrote about us. So there's both truth and non-truth in that rhyme. So we're going to learn what's true about it, what's not true about it, explore the power of language to harm and to heal, discover how it's easier to change language when you know who you are, and resolve to speak what aligns with who you are and how you want to live. So, words can hurt us. So what's true about that rhyme? Well, what's true that sticks and stones can break our bones, well, that part's obvious, but words can never hurt us. So obviously sticks and stones, that's a physical thing. Words technically can't hurt us physically. Of course, if we hear the well, never mind, that's the untrue part. So the true part, sticking with what's true about that, is, and a colleague of mine told me this yesterday, that the indigenous people, or some indigenous wisdom she was learning, so when somebody throws an arrow at you, like they're saying something to hurt you or that could hurt you, you can think of it like you have a basket in front of you and the arrow lands in the basket. So it doesn't have to pierce your heart. It can land in the basket. Of course, that would take some practice to get there, which is fine. So, and then the other thing that we can do is, as soon as we notice someone has said something or written something, and we feel that first, like, oh, this hurts, then what we can do is remember that quickly we don't have to dwell there. So that's the part of the rhyme that's true. We don't have to dwell there. It's not physically hurting us. We can notice, oh, that just really jabbed me. I'm going to put the arrow in the bucket, or I'm going to relax my attention away from that emotion. So we don't have to dwell on it. We don't have to let that keep hurting us. And again, that takes learning or unlearning, and it can also take a while to develop that ability to be that way with words that hurt us. Now, what's untrue about it is that, just as you're probably listening to me, we've all been horribly hurt by what people have said and or written about us. So what's untrue about it is that it does hurt, at least for a few seconds, depending on how skillful we've become. And even though I said that we could, notice that, oh, this is hurting me, I'm not going to focus on that, I'm going to release that, I'm just going to allow everything, I'm not going to focus on that, it hurts. If it corresponds, whatever the jab is, corresponds with something that's been hurtful in our life, like one of my ongoing beliefs in life is that I'm wrong. So when I hear something that I feel makes me wrong, it really goes to a root issue in my life. So it can be challenging and, in fact, not useful to just Teflon it off, to just go, I'm not gonna let that bother me, because then I'm denying that that emotion is there. I'm not actually getting to the root of the emotion and transforming or transmuting that emotion into love. So so what's untrue about the rhyme is that, yeah, words can hurt us, and sometimes we can Teflon them off or basket them in. But if there are deeper wounds in life, then we want to do some work about it around it, because that can actually deepen our wound if we just let it stay. So explore the power of language to harm and to heal. So over time, if we keep hearing negative things about us or the world, then it starts penetrating our experience of ourselves and of life and what's possible and what's not possible. And so if we're not vigilant, and a lot of people don't know what we're talking about right now, they have no idea that they have these possibilities that we're talking about. So if people just keep hearing negative things about themselves or life or their organization, their family, whatever, then it permeates, it deepens, and then it can cause us to be sick. We keep thinking negative things and saying negative things, because it also harms us. So when we say something negative about somebody else, then we feel the words, and so that can harm us. So being aware of that can harm us, it can harm the other person, and at the same time, different words can heal. So think about it right now. If you think about, and I'm probably going to write an article about this next week, that if you think about, I'm going to fight for my rights. So that sounds good, and that's not harmful, right? It doesn't seem like it. But think about it. If you think, I'm going to fight for my rights, and I can feel it as I say it. My heart kind of shrinks up. I feel tension in my body. And so it harms my body to talk that way, to think that way, to use those words. Or if I say, I'm going to bring peace to this next conversation, I'm going to speak in peace, I'm going to move forward in peace, I can feel my body relax, my heart open. So that's healing. That's healing my life. That's healing the planet. Every time we stop being at war with ourselves or at war with somebody else, but really it's all within. Stop being at war with ourselves in some way. It ends war somewhere else in the world. That's what actually happens. Everything out there reflects who we are in here. So if we're warring with ourselves, there's war out there. As we heal that and don't experience and reduce and reduce and reduce the war within, we're reducing the war out there. So noticing our language and what that does to our experience, and how we express and what we talk about, because it harms ourselves, but it harms the world. Because another piece to language is it creates image. It creates images. If we're talking about war, the first thing that comes to mind for me, as I even said that, is a bomb going off. Or if I think of peace, then I see people smiling and happy and at peace. So that brings images. And it also, words are energetic. So that's another reason why words harm us. When we say something to somebody in a negative way and negative words, then we feel that vibration. Words are vibration. Our speaking are vibration. It vibrates out to the universe. It vibrates to the person that we're talking to. So how it's easier to change language when you know who you are. So if we know who we truly are, the one being that we are, peace, love, happiness, so we really know that, so we've really gotten that we don't have to seek that out there, then it makes it easier, because then we can more naturally return to that. We never really leave it, but it's veiled over with our beliefs, our habits, our thinking, our speaking, And so when we turn around and remember that and feel that, and the more we we already embody it, but the more we unlearn these old habits, the more we remove the veils of the emotions and the thoughts and the activities that aren't in alignment, then we just more naturally speak things that align with that. If we're feeling real angry, then we're going to speak words and say things in ways that perpetuate that anger, reflect that anger. If we're feeling peaceful and loving and happy, then we speak in that way. I don't know if you could just feel it, but as I switched gears here, I could feel it. My tone of my voice shifted. And so we just more naturally then speak in different ways. So that's one of the values of truly knowing who we are. And I don't mean intellectually, I mean in our bodies. And then as we resolve to speak what aligns with who we are and how we want to live, then we'll be less likely. So thoughts just come to us out of the blue. If you've ever done what I've suggested here, to notice, where did that thought come from? We can't find where it came from. But as we resolve that I'm going to speak peace and happiness and love, then we'll notice a thought that might be angry or resentful, but we'll be less likely to say it because we'll just remember, oh, that's not who I am. I'm not going to speak that way. And within just a few seconds or less, another thought will come that probably will be aligned with who you truly are. I noticed this. For some reason, I've got kind of a weird thing going with orange and green. I'll look in my closet, like this is a green top. I'll look in my closet, and sometimes I'll look at like a top like this, and my mind will say orange. And of course, I know it's not orange, so immediately I noticed that, gosh, I went and thought orange again, and then immediately the thought green will come up. So that's what I mean. Once we resolve that we're going to speak in alignment with who we truly are, then we just automatically start noticing that I'm about to say a word or a phrase that's out of alignment. We might say it, but then we'll catch ourselves. But the more we do it, like I don't ever say that's a green shirt when I know it's orange, because I catch myself. Why? Because I resolve. I know better. So once we know better, who is it? Maya Angelou who said, once we know better, we do better. So it's that sort of thing that when we really resolve that I'm going to live aligned with who I am, and I know who I am, then we'll notice those thoughts, or we're about to say something and we don't do it. So that's how it actually works. So now I'll see if there are any questions or comments before I keep going. Okay, I don't see any. So we're about wrapped up here. So I'll review. Words can hurt us no matter what the rhyme says. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Okay, but we've all felt hurt when somebody said something negative to us. Now, again, once we know that we don't have to accept that hurt, then we can recognize, oh, that just bothered me. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to relax. I'm going to just let it go. Most people don't know that. Most people don't know that. So they keep allowing themselves to be hurt by things. So that's why that statement's untrue. And of course, what's true about it is, for those of us who do know, we don't have to stay there. We can go, oh, that's what happened. I'm not going to let that bother me, and let it go. But if we're doing it like a technique or a trick, then we could actually be harming ourselves because we're denying that it really triggered a wound. And we want to at some point work with the traumas in our life, the wounds in our life, the emotional patterns in our life. I'm not talking about that today, but just to know that's another reason why it can hurt us if we just keep ignoring that these things bother us. And the power of language can harm us, whatever we're talking. Even if we think we're talking about somebody else, the vibration is in our body when we're talking and when we're writing and paying attention to all of that. We form images. Images come to us with all that align with what we're saying. So all that can either harm us or heal us and other people, because as we speak in healing ways and loving ways and peaceful ways, it vibrates within us. It vibrates with whomever we're talking. It vibrates out into the universe. Again, I've just noticed this. The more I am established in my essential nature, the more and more established I become, it's easier for me to say things in different ways. I'm much less likely to say things that might be hurtful to other people, which again hurts me first because I said them and I felt them and I vibrated them. So it is just once we know, it's just easier. It's more automatic. And then we resolve. So you can resolve right now. Oh, I'm going to speak in alignment with peace, love, freedom, joy, um, meaning, purpose, fulfillment. I'm going to speak in alignment with that. And resolve to speak that way. Then you'll catch yourself saying some things that are out of alignment, and you'll either stop yourself before you say them, or you'll say them and then you'll correct it or realign. I mean, you didn't do anything wrong. You'll just notice, oh, I said, like the other day, here I am in the middle of this, and I've been thinking about this, teaching this for years, but I said to somebody, and that's an uphill battle. It just came out. I'm like, oh, wait, I don't mean that. It's an uphill climb. Changing, but we're so in our language to talk in ways that are harmful. So the more that we can pull, just not say those words anymore, then over time, whatever those words represent, whatever is out there has to go away. It does. The Blackfoot didn't have a word for poverty. There was no poverty. Yeah. So as we eliminate words that are harmful to us, harmful to other people, then that, whatever that is, will diminish. It has to. All right. So let me see one more time if there are any questions or comments. All right. Well, it's been great being with you today. I'm holding a workshop November the 30th. I think it's at 11:30. And it's on aligning ourselves with the forces of the universe. So it's great if you're interested in more abundance, flow, aliveness, feeling more meaning, feeling like you know what you're here to accomplish, aligning with the wisdom of the universe. If you're interested in any of that, then I encourage you to message me or send me an email and let me know that you want to be there on the 30th, November the 30th. I think it's 11:30 to 1 Central, but I'll confirm the time with you. So I hope to see you then, and thanks for being here today.